It's Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News at 4. A plea deal has fallen apart in the case of a fatal car wreck from last summer near Kremmling. Suspect Lisa Herman has pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of reckless driving. Authorities in Grand County believe she ran head-on into another vehicle, killing a mother of 2 and seriously injuring both young girls. Herman would have done jail time on a guilty plea. If a jury finds her guilty, she could spend much more time in jail. One of 6 men detained this fall during Summit immigration raids has died in ICE custody. 39-year-old Dillon was taken from Dillon to Mississippi, where he died in December of an unspecified medical emergency. A release from Homeland Security reads, "Illegal alien passes away." Just last month, his body was returned home to Nicaragua. He had not been there since 2018. Local advocate group Mountain Dreamers helped to make it happen. In federal court, ICE is battling its own congressional bosses. For a second time now, a judge has ruled U.S. congressmen will be allowed to show up unannounced at ICE facilities, like the one where Rodriguez died in Mississippi. Homeland Security wanted at least 7 days' notice. Colorado Democrat Joe Neguse and others were pushing back. Eagle Summit Wilderness Alliance needs more money than ever to perform some of the toughest work in Summit. The Alliance hopes local towns will pitch in. Last year, the nonprofit sent volunteer sawyers into local wilderness areas where chainsaws and trucks are not allowed. They cleared by hand over 600 trees on 18 trails. The Alliance also needs cash to support volunteer trail crews and rangers and 3 seasonal ranger interns who are no longer funded by the feds. A few $100,000 worth of pickleball courts are coming to Dillon Town Park this summer. Town Council tonight signs off on a reconstruction of 2 old courts that have outlived their lifespan. They've been on the town's wish list since 2013. That work begins later this spring. The courts should be ready for play by mid-summer. One of the busiest backcountry gateways in the state, Vail Pass, has finally opened its new parking lot. Starting now, snowmobile and other motorized users are parking at the new paved lot near the recently finished and long-delayed Vail Pass rest area. Here's Dave Boyd with the Forest Service.
Should be easier to park a big truck and trailer in there versus trying to work your way in on the Black Lakes Road, which was narrow and kind of that sharp turn coming in. There won't be a parking lot on Black Lakes Road anymore just because of that congestion that it caused.
Also new this week, a larger hut for Vail Pass Rangers. They are no longer huddled up inside that old shed. Today we are in the classroom with Nell Biggs, the principal at Summit Middle School, where smartphone etiquette is built into the curriculum for students and parents.
I was talking to a parent, he works for Google, and his kids aren't allowed to have smartphones. So I think there is a big educational piece on the impact of that kind of technology on our kids that is just not common knowledge, and it's new. I mean, we're all parents, we all are perfectly imperfect, but when we get together and talk about it and actually share some of our struggles and the things that we found successful, we're all going to collectively be better for our community.
Colorado law says every district statewide must have a mobile phone policy by end of this school year. Summit Schools was ahead of the curve. Phones have not been allowed in class for 2 years. Thanks again for going in the classroom, proudly presented by Heavenly Times Hot Tubs and Billiards and Boost Oxygen for living offline. And in sports, tonight the Avalanche play the Ducks. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.